Okay, guys, I don't know what happened with the streaming. It just kept cycling and cycling. It wouldn't do it. So I'm doing this as a recording now. Get a little more light. So these are the things that I have set up for everyone right now, as far as what we're going to do for the smoothie. So we have some passion fruit here, this is a passion fruit I get at Whole Foods. We have some spinach, just some organic spinach. I got some pomegranate, some mango, and then I have some other things here that you can actually add to your smoothie, including some juice. So I wanted to start out first with what's the difference between juicing and doing a smoothie. Okay, so when you do a smoothie, you are including the whole fruit. You are including the whole fruit, the whole vegetable, like all of that is incorporated. So you're getting the fiber, you're getting the pulp, you're getting everything that's included in that fruit. When you're juicing, you're pressing the liquid out of whatever it is that you're juicing. So you're not getting all the fiber that is usually in it. You're not getting those extra nutrients that come in the actual flesh of the fruit or the flesh of the vegetables. Okay, now I do have some things, because part of what I'm doing is I'm gonna tell you what's good for all of this. So mangoes, well, let me start out with this. First of all, your fruits and vegetables are all going to be high in antioxidants. They're all going to have fiber in them. They're all going to boost your immune system, because that's just what it is. That's just what it does. So everything I have here today will do those things automatically. Okay? So to find a fruit or a vegetable that doesn't do that is dang near impossible, I think. Because if you look up the benefits on anything that you consume that is natural, God created on this earth, it's going to have those three things that are beneficial to it. Okay? And a lot of times people think that even like the peels, because like I just tossed this peel to the side for the banana, there's a lot of nutrients and stuff in this as well, and there are recipes on how you can cook that. But we're not getting into that today. So let's start out with the mango. Mango is actually high in vitamin C. It's high in beta carotene. Vitamin C helps your blood vessels. It also helps create healthy collagen. It's also good in beta carotene, which is good for your eye health. It helps to lower blood pressure by reducing the inflammation in the heart, and of course fiber. Okay. Next we have our bananas, which you just saw me cut up. So bananas, everybody knows bananas are high in potassium, which is good for your heart health, but they also have fiber. Okay, and then yellow fruit is always good for prebiotics. Prebiotics turn into probiotics, and probiotics are always good for your gut health. Okay, let me. Okay, that way you can see me a little better. But probiotics are always good for your gut health. Now I'm using white grape juice. So white grapes actually have, it's called resveratrol, which is good for your heart health. It's great fiber, and it's believed to have cognitive benefits. Okay, so resveratrol, I hope I pronounced that right, resveratol, is good for your heart health. Okay, so that's what's good for the white grapes. Passion fruit lowers inflammation and protects cells from damage, and has 8% of vitamin A, which is good for your eyes, your cells, and of course, again, your immunity. Now, again, this is frozen, and I get this at Whole Foods. It comes in a bag like this in the freezer. I tried finding the juice. Kroger, because this is simply true. So Kroger does make a passion fruit juice, but they just are always out of it because it's just so delicious, which is why I probably shouldn't be telling y'all, because now I really ain't gonna get it right. Anyway, so I have some organic baby spinach here. So spinach is all-in-one nutrition. Spinach is high in potassium, just like bananas. It's also high in lutein, which is good for your eye health. It has vitamin K and A, and it's a good source of iron. So a lot of us are deficient in iron and don't know it. Okay, So including things that will raise your iron levels is always good. But again, with this and anything that you do, you want to check with your doctor before you start using any supplements or increasing the amount that you intake on anything. Because if you have certain medical conditions, then some of the things that I'm mentioning here right now today will actually worsen your condition. So like I said, this is high in vitamin K and A, which if you're on blood thinners, is going to cause you a problem. Okay, and in some other areas where it may cause problems. So just check with your physician as far as what's good for your condition, what's not good for your condition, and then they can go from there. Okay, so that's spinach. Maca. Now, so for my ladies who are premenopausal or going through menopause, this can be your best friend. I get this off of Amazon, and this is just 100% pure maca powder, which is a root. That's all it is. And maca will help. It helps with your reproductive system, whether you are a male or female. It helps both with your reproductive system. So and the reason it does that is it helps to balance those hormones, okay, that your reproductive system has. It balances those hormones. It's also high in amino acids and iron and calcium. And because it's good with the reproductive system, it will actually help to improve your sexual functions, if you know what I mean. Yep, and balances your hormone levels. So that was all of it. So maca, for those of you who, again, are going through menopause, this is your best friend. Okay? So next we have spirulina. Now spirulina is actually an algae. And some people get turned off by that because it is an algae and they think seaweed and stuff like that grows in the sea and how slimy and disgusting. But spirulina is actually a superfood because it is good for your overall body. Okay? It's an all-in-one nutrient, which is why it is listed as a superfood. Okay? In addition to that, it has protein in it and almost as much as an egg. Okay? In this. And the serving size on this is 1 tablespoon, okay? So as much protein as an egg. But that's spirulina. That's why they consider it a superfood, because it's so packed with so many nutrients and it's so awesome for your body that it's just perfect. And actually, using spirulina along with sea moss, because this is my raw sea moss. So using these two together, that alone would boost your health, okay? Because sea moss has 92 of the minerals that your body needs. It also protects against salmonella, which is something I learned today. And it will help with, it can help with Parkinson's, which is something else I didn't know. But like I said, 92 minerals in this, you get all in one. Like these two together, this is really all you would need, okay? Because those two are superfoods in themselves, and it's because they are packed with just so much good stuff for your body. Okay, so, but that's those two. Pomegranates. So I have some pomegranates here. You may have seen them. It's a big red fruit. Looks about the size of a baseball. And when you cut it open, you'll find these little seeds. Okay, let's see if you can. Okay. So pomegranate is good for improving your blood flow. It actually helps to stop the buildup of plaque in your blood vessels, which means it's also good for if you're trying to lower your cholesterol. And it slows the growth of cancer if you have prostate cancer. So again, very good to add to your diet, especially if you're a guy, because it will help with maintaining the health of your prostate. Okay, let's see, what else do we have here that I didn't go over? Okay, so I named these 3 things right here that you can add to your smoothies. In addition to that, some people like to add protein. And by the way, too, this is my water, pure water distiller. So if you hear that in the background, I apologize. But protein. So if you're vegan or vegetarian, or you're cutting back on the amount of meat that you eat or animal protein that you get in your diet, you want to supplement that with protein, especially if you're working out, or again, like I said, if you're vegan or vegetarian. And people might say, okay, but Toya, I'm not trying to build no muscle. I'm not trying to get all beefy and bulk. Well, your heart is a muscle, okay? Your liver is a muscle. Like most of the organs in your body are muscles, okay? So you need protein to support those muscles. And sometimes it's necessary to add a protein. Now this one is a vegan protein, no flavor in it. It doesn't taste that good, I will not lie. But sometimes we just take stuff because it's good for you, okay? But you would add protein to it if you fall in those categories. I'm also going to have information below too that links to all of these, so you can get additional information on it. So next we have another thing you can add is hemp seed, okay? No, it does not have THC in it. It does come from the hemp plant, but it does not have THC and it's not going to get you high. It's not going to show up in the drug test, okay? But hemp seeds are high in omegas 3 and 6, which again, if you are removing animal protein from your diet, you need those 3 and 6 because they're good for your heart, okay? That's heart health, and cholesterol health. And it helps to balance out your metabolism. Okay, so it helps with your metabolism as well. So that is hemp seeds. Another one is chia seeds. Oh, let me show you what they look like. So, just waiting to see if it's gonna focus. Yep, but those are the hemp seeds. Okay. And next we have the chia seeds. Now a lot of people know about chia seeds or have heard about chia seeds. You know, they're very thin. You never want to eat these raw. Okay? You never want to eat these raw. Like just get a spoonful of them. Again, let me say it one more time. You never want to eat these raw. The reason is they absorb fluid. And they absorb it very quickly. So if you have these and you consume them raw, what happens is this is going to swell up in your throat and cut off your oxygen. And you don't want that. You like breathing, right? So we do not want to eat chia seeds raw because we like to breathe. Okay? But chia seeds are high in fiber, protein, calcium, and also a good source for omega-3s. They do have a tendency to help you feel a little extra full. So mixing chia seeds with like oats, for example, is a good combination for your breakfast to help you feel fuller throughout the day. Now, this last one I'm going to go and talk about before we actually let you see me blend up the smoothie is moringa. This may be one that you've never heard of. This is actually moringa leaf powder. So that's what it looks like. And moringa is also a superfood. When I tell you, it's a long list of things that they have on the WebMD, which is the link I'm gonna have you guys share with you guys below. When I tell you it's a long list of things that this will help with, but this is just some of them. So it's high in vitamin C, high in potassium, calcium, protein, iron, amino acids, helps to lower fluid swelling, and and fluid swelling, and so much more. Like, it's a list, okay? A list of what this can do for you, okay? So check out the links below and get some additional information. I can also show you, let me show you this. These are moringa seeds. You can consume these as well. They have the nutrition in them as well. But this is a moringa seed. So same benefits, okay, guys? So these are things that you can add. You can also add dates to it, which I talked about last Sunday. You can add dates to these smoothies as well, and that will help as well. But yeah, that was it. So we're going to get started. Another tip for your smoothies, you can go, if you know some place that you like to go, like for example, tropical smoothie. You like tropical smoothies? Go online, look up their recipes, see what they put in their stuff, okay? And then you can tweak it to however much you want. Maybe you feel they don't put enough pineapple in yours. Well, guess what? When you make it at home yourself, you can put as much pineapple as you want. You know, don't be afraid of frozen fruits. They make life easier. I'll show you another one I get from Aldi. So this is a blend I get from Aldi. Mixed fruit, frozen, in a bag. And this one has strawberries, pineapple, mango, and peaches. Make your life easy. Get this, and then add one of these two to it. One of these, any of this to it. You're set. That's your breakfast. started. Now, when you want to do your smoothies, you always want to put the liquid in first, because that will actually, one, if you're using juice, you're not putting too much, because you still want to watch your intake of juice. So serving size for juice is 6 to 8 ounces, and you want to make sure that's what you're sticking to, and you don't go over that, because otherwise you're increasing the sugar, and you don't really want to do that. So put your liquid in first, which that's enough for juice. And then if you need to add more liquid, you can add ice to it. You can add water. You can add milk, yogurt, whatever. I should put some yogurt in it because I got some yogurt I made. But I'm going to keep it simple for y'all. So next I'm going to add in my spinach. And I just do like a handful. So add my spinach. I throw in my bananas, my passion fruit, my mango, my pomegranates. I can already tell it's going to need some water. So I'm going to add some water. And then before I add more water, I'm using spirulina and maca root today. As you can see, I got to make my sea moss. So I got to add that. And again, I do apologize that this was supposed to be live. And I tried doing it where you could schedule it and set it up just to keep myself accountable. But for whatever reason, YouTube wasn't working with me. But I'm still getting this information to you. I still hope you watch and you enjoy and you get some benefit from it. So, put my maca in there. And really, you should put the powder in between, like right after I put the spinach in there, that's when I should have put the powder in there. Okay, so that's what I'm adding. Oh, and some moringa. Now again, I still need some liquid. I'm going to use this because there's still some mango in here. Okay, so the liquid right now is right here. Let me move that out of the way. The liquid right now is about right here, which is a good spot to start at so that you're not adding too much. Okay? So put that to the side. We're going to put the top on and blend. And don't be afraid if you don't have a high-speed blender like this is a Vitamix. If you don't have a high-speed blender like this, you can still do it. You just may have to do it a little longer, or you may end up with a few chunks, which I kind of like the chunks sometimes because as I'm drinking, I get that little chew. But anyway, so just blend it up. So as you can see, it doesn't take long. Got my glass. Okay, maybe not that glass. Someone must have put that up. Okay. And the good thing about smoothies are you can make them as thick or thin as you want to. They don't have to be, you know, some magical consistency. Whatever is comfortable for you. And even with the ingredients you put in them, whatever is comfortable for you. If you don't have spirulina, sea moss, maca, and all the rest of this, and all you got is the fruits and the vegetables, put it in there. Greens are high in antioxidants, and they're high in minerals and things, and fiber and stuff that your body likes. So I'll use baby spinach sometimes. Sometimes I use mixed greens. Sometimes I use kale. I use whatever's in there. I use chard, Swiss chard, whatever it is that's in there. And I know you're like, Toya, it's so green. Yes, it is, but it tastes good. So, now I'm not going to lie to you, I can taste the spirulina in here, but it's very, very, very mild. And to counter that, I could have just added some cucumber or a little more pineapple. That helps with the spirulina taste. But other than that, it's delicious, you know, and you taste more of the fruit than you do. Spinach is very mild. Spinach and mixed greens are both very mild, so they won't overpower your smoothie. You will barely taste them. You will taste more so the other ingredients that you put in it more than you will the mixed greens or the spinach. One more thing. One more thing about spinach. Now, so your vegetables, your green vegetables, okay? You Most of the time when it comes to vegetables and you're trying to decide whether to get organic or to get fresh, if you can afford organic, get the organic, of course, because it's going to have less pesticides in it than it will if you get the non-organic. Okay, so there are benefits, and non-GMO, there are benefits to it. Okay, but if you don't have the money to get it, I wouldn't stress over it, because your fruits and vegetables have so much less pesticides in it than your animal products, like from your chicken and dairy and all of that, because the cows get sprayed, the cows, pigs, livestock, all of that gets sprayed with pesticides. They get pesticides in their food. They're living in horrible, deplorable conditions, so they're getting all that bacteria and just fungus and stuff just from how they are raised and how they live. So if you're trying to make that decision, do I get it? I wouldn't stress so much over it, but there are certain things that you do want to make sure that you do get organic, and spinach is one of those. Okay, so if you're going to get spinach, shell out the extra dollar to get the organic, because it's much better for you. The non-organic, in addition to not having the pesticides, sometimes is radiated. So you want to make sure to get organic when it comes to spinach. Another thing that I would suggest too, if you're going to use and get it organic, would be ginger root. Okay, so if you don't know what ginger root looks like, this is ginger root. Okay. But your root vegetables like ginger, like garlic, onions, things like that you're going to put in there, because they sit in the soil. So it's not like you can get it run down or anything, like it's sitting in the soil. So not only is it like its entire body is being consumed with it, instead of like the roots from your lettuce, where the roots are just was pulling up the nutrients out of the soil, so it's not as potent or as much. But potatoes, things like that, if you can afford to get them organic, get them organic. If not, just get them any way you can get them and just use them, okay? Get them in your body. But that would be one thing that I would suggest. Another thing is you can always add extracts to your smoothies. Like this one is alfalfa, so you can put some extracts in here and mix it up, and consume it. And no, I'm not licking the spoon because it had a whole lot of spirulina, and I tell you, spirulina doesn't taste good by itself, but you mix it with some fruit and stuff like that, and it goes away. But and honestly, for the longest time, I wouldn't put bananas in my smoothie because I didn't like the consistency it would do. But I learned how to balance it out, and so it works now for me. But that's it. That was the show for making smoothies and the difference between smoothies and juicing. Again, like this is juice. Okay, so you're not going to have any of the fiber. You're not using the whole fruit, and I just got this on my hand. You're not using the whole fruit. You're just getting the liquid that's inside, which is fine if that's what you want to do, because it is a boost. Especially if you're juicing something green where you're able to pull all that chlorophyll out of it. And just a fun fact, chlorophyll is a natural deodorant. Okay? But if you're pulling out the chlorophyll out of it, with the greens, that's fine too. It's still going to be a boost of energy. It's still going to be a boost of nutrients. It's still going to be a boost to your immune system. It's still going to be a boost for everything that I just named and all the rest of this today. So, but if you really want the best, do a smoothie. You really want the easiest, do a smoothie. Do I have a juicer? Yes. Do I use it? Yes. But I do more smoothies than I do with juicing. Okay, way more. I do a smoothie almost every day. I juice a few times a month. So, but that's it. That's my spiel for today. Again, I apologize for the live not working. I don't know what's going on. I'll have to play around with that and try to figure that out. But I scheduled it, and it just kept circling and circling and circling. And I figured, after a while it would come up, but I don't know if it came up yet anyway. But anyway, that's the show for today. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for Meditated Mondays.